Oh, here we go. That seems a bit more alive. That seems a bit more alive. Okay, well, I guess we're going to get started here. So, playing more top-line hockey tonight. Still gathering folks to look at the Kickstarter that's coming out in April. And tonight we are just going to get going into the championship. It's going to be a best of 3 between Montreal and Vancouver. Vancouver was the favorite. They had a very dominant season. Plus 16. Montreal was dead even, just barely above 500. But if we look at their head-to-head, Montreal beat Vancouver for one of the 2 losses on the year, and the second one was, I want to say, where we are. It was week 9, so it would have been week 4. Vancouver, earlier, right at the start of the season, Vancouver smacked Montreal around 6-1. So, kind of an underdog situation, but I think should still get some fun action tonight. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to go here, and we can set aside, a little puck luck table. So I'm going to include all that as well. And let's see, Montreal. It's going to be away. Okay. So let's talk about strategy. So this is going to be an interesting one because I think Montreal does want to come out and fight a little bit because they are they have a significantly higher fight rating. Well, actually, no, I've not been at the update Vancouver because their rating is... Let me double check Vancouver's roster. I really want to make sure we get this right. Vancouver did not... Yep, they are not utilizing an enforcer right now. They have an enforcer who is also a bum and a jerk on the bench. So, pretty useless. So they're not going to have an enforcer to face off against Risto Bissett. So Montreal is definitely going to be using Set the Tone as their game plan. They're going to try to get a fight early and get a bonus. And Vancouver is just going to be ready to stay out of the box where they increase their discipline up so that they can get better hits. So, with that in mind, Vancouver's die is going to be on the left, Montreal's on the right. As far as game plan charts for solo or AI versus AI, it would probably be based off of, I think I'm going to do some stuff with like a coach personality where they'll get something out of it. It's also like what I did for this team is, or this league, is I really just looked at the teams and figured what would they benefit from, and I had some personalities in mind going into it, so I'll probably do the same thing, or provide similar options for solo play. But part of the idea of doing a game plan as opposed to in top line where it's you actually are like picking the lines is that it's going to be way easier to do a solo play. Alright, so let's get started. Face off. We got a +4 and a +4. So even up on offenses, slightly better defense for Vancouver. Vancouver wins the face-off. It's going to take me a minute to get reacquainted. I've been forcing myself to wait until tonight to play. So, alright, so defense, Montreal defense 3, 8. So that's going to be a shot for Vancouver. Another shot for Vancouver, and we're going to go right to the fight now because Set the Tone has a little bit of a delay buffer on it. And Montreal is going to win the fight. So, right now Montreal fight win 3 minutes into the first period. They are going to get the Rule the Rink game plan. And then I still got to come up with a good name for when you lose a fight, because what it does is it forces a game plan change. So right now I'm calling it Shook or Head on a Swivel. Head on a Swivel's too long, but they're going to be, Vancouver is going to be looking over their shoulder for the rest of the period probably. I don't think I'm going to have them waste a timeout for this. They know they're not going to win a fight in here. What I am going to figure out, though, is who exactly answered the bell on that fight. So I'm still working on this table a little bit, but usually I have it as like 1 to 2 is a rookie trying to prove himself. 3 to 4 is a veteran or an elite, someone, mentor stepping up for the team. And then, okay, we're going to get rookie. And then 5 or 6, it's the captain. Rookie, so let's see. Is it going to be Randy on even, Dustin on a odd, using this die? Dustin, I don't think he has that many fights this year. Does he? Nope, he does not. He did not get into any fights. He saved it for the championship. Fight loss 103. Okay, so we're going to roll the die again. This time, slight edge to Montreal. They win the face-off. And we're going. 14 on a 5. Great shot. Montreal is the right die. Shot on goal. 17. Yep, they're a 5, so another great shot. Another save by Casper. Vancouver gets the takeaway. Now they're going to come up the ice. Come in. Great shot. And it's a goal for Vancouver. So it's 1, 2, 3. Even. First, second, first, second, first, second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, so that's going to be the first line. Goal scored by Dennis McCarron's our captain. Getting things kicked off. On a 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So under and Randy. Yeah. Overall, a big part of the design on this one was very much solo play. But yeah, Vancouver with an early lead. Montreal wins the next face-off. We're going to see how they respond. Goalie. 3, that's going to be just a regular shot. 13 breakaway. Oh, and it's another goal, but I think Montreal doesn't want back-to-back goals like this. So they're going to use a challenge. They want a 5 or a 6. Hope. And instead they're going to lose their timeout. It's going to be a goal. First line again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Randy Beliuk, who has an assist and a goal so far. This one can get out of hand pretty quick, I think. Okay, assist by Cade Talbot. I'm almost a little bit okay with that tonight because I am tired. So, next face-off. Montreal wins again. And they give up a breakaway again. Vancouver with possession now. I'm going to have a shot. I'm going to have a shot. I think that is a big hit from Montreal, right? Yep. Montreal, big hit. 3 plus a 3 in discipline penalty for Montreal. And oof. It's just overall been a rough start to the game. So 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. So now Vancouver's going to come back. Yep, Vancouver wins the face-off. 1 shot. 2 shots, that's going to earn them. Second shot on a power play is a great shot. And nothing doing. We break away from Montreal. And Montreal finally lights the lamp. Oof. This is going to be a heck of a game. Time of the goal is 16, so that's going to be the second line that did that. Bradley Babcock. Goal assisted by opposite pair, so by both defensemen. Vancouver with the puck. Breakaway from Montreal. No goal on this one. Vancouver. The 9, that's a breakaway for them. Takeaway by Montreal. Last minute of play. Let's see if they get anything here. Nope. Takeaway by Vancouver. That's going to be the end. Shots on goal. Vancouver with 10. Montreal with 5. So let's see how this shakes out in the second. So Vancouver is no longer shaken. They're going to be using stay out of the box again. I don't think they really want to mess around too much with what they got. Alright, so 9. That means Vancouver does win the face-off. They're going to take a great shot on goal. Save made by Bludgeoner. Another shot. 17, that is for an offensive 4. That's a takeaway from Montreal. shot the other direction. Great shot, goal. Again from the second line of Montreal. 1-2. Shea Ribble. Let's get some assists. Unassisted. If you roll yourself on the assist table, it's just unassisted. But, alright, let's see where we go from here. Vancouver wins the faceoff. 16. Flurry of shots. Nothing, but if they roll a regular shot here, which they don't, instead... Okay, but here's what happens. A flurry gives you a great, gives your opponent a great shot. It also, or a flurry means that if you have any old shot following it up, it turns into a great shot. It also means that breakaways that your opponent performs turn into takeaways. So they had them so hemmed in that Montreal barely comes out of the zone. But Montreal is going to get another great shot on net. Saved by Casper. 7. Alright, takeaway. We're going back the other way. Vancouver. Quite able to land the shot. Low percentage. Alright, Montreal's 4. Yep, that's a takeaway. Takeaway again. Very defensive play so far. Montreal really followed behind in the shot count. And Vancouver going ahead. Third goal of the night for the Pacific Coast. That's going to be 14, so that's the second line. 1, 2, 3. Jerry Meyer. Goal at 2:14. Assisted by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The left side. All right. Vancouver holding on to a thin lead. Montreal wins the faceoff, but quickly coughs it up. Another shot by Vancouver. Then another shot by Vancouver, coming to the end of the period here. Breakaway for Montreal. Save by Casper. Then a shot. Breakaway the other way. Nothing at the end of the period. So 4 shots there for a 2-period total of 9 shots for Montreal. And Vancouver with just relentless pressure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 total shots. That is going to bump up Montreal's goalie. Yeah. The next goal should reduce Montreal's goalie as well. But third period coming up. Vancouver kicks it off with winning the face-off and a shot. Montreal takes it away. Shot controlled by Vancouver, though. Gives it back up. Takeaway, Montreal with possession. Montreal, great shot. Not quite. Alright, takeaway for Vancouver. That means just a regular shot for them. Breakaway for Montreal. Save made. Oh, going back the other way now for Vancouver. Archie Bludgeoner makes the save there. Vancouver with the puck. Taken away by Montreal. Just running out of time here. Another breakaway by Vancouver. No goal. Breakaway. We got a track meet going on now. Montreal doesn't score. Montreal with a shot. Another breakaway. And I think Montreal is starting to get close to pulling the goalie. Oh, but we have a late in the night fight here. And I think, yeah, Dustin Anatis is going to be coming out for revenge. We'll see if he gets it here. But they have to beat Montreal by a very wide margin in order to win the fight, which is not going to happen. So now they're shook. But I was thinking this anyway. Vancouver's going to take their timeout. And they're going to change their game plan anyway to, they're going to lock it down. We're going to be playing a trap defense here. Defense moves up, offense moves down. We're just going to try to get the, Vancouver's going to just try to get the breakaway. Montreal, of course, won the fight. So, they get to rule the rink as their tactic. .315 and .315. Alright, so they're going to do that. Montreal doesn't get timeouts. We're going to be actually even here. So Vancouver will win the face-off because you get a face-off bonus with the timeout. Shot. 6. That's going to be a takeaway. Montreal is going to pull the goalie, so they score on a 6. Give up an empty netter. Okay, so it's a 5, so it's a takeaway now. Or an 8 is a, yeah, because 8's a takeaway. Oh. And that's going to be an empty net goal for Vancouver. That's going to ice this one. Alright, it's going to be a first-line player who does this. Randy Belliuk with his second of the game. 3-point game for Belliuk. And a critical part of this Montreal, for this Vancouver team. Cade Talbot with the second assist. We'll do the last face-off. That'll be a win and a shot for Montreal. That will be the game. So, Montreal 2, Vancouver 4. Vancouver's dominance continues. Well, that was a little bit longer. The games with more fights generally tend to take longer, which is, true for real life hockey. But Vancouver with the win. Montreal fighting for their lives. That being said, Montreal put up a pretty good fight, and they aren't going to do a whole lot better than a, like, 60%, or what would that be for like a 75% chance of winning the fight. So we're going to jump right into game 2. Montreal is going to win the face-off. And they're just going to get the fight out of the way right away. In this case, we're going to see who's going to be protecting Vancouver this time, and I think it's going to be Baliuk, who did particularly well on the scoreboard last game. So I'm guessing. So he's going to show that he can win it with his fists as well. Kicking right off with the fight, and I'm just going to assume we're still... Oh, we're going to have to re-roll this one. Okay, yep. For a second there, it looked like Vancouver might walk away with a surprise fight win, which would definitely be bad for Montreal. But... So when this happens, we don't take the fight at the third minute for set the tone, because obviously Montreal's already won it. But Vancouver wins the face-off. So this was something that it was surprising the first time I realized I had to do it, because you really should not be rolling a 3 that often on here. But every now and again you get this sort of double fight situation. And as much fun as that is, it does slow the game down a lot. So within 10 minutes of a fight, this fight win becomes a breakaway or great shot for whoever won the last fight, as a little bit of an extra bonus. So Montreal is going to get the puck. They're going to score a goal right away. They are setting a message. Second line scored 1-2. So that's Captain Julius Roussel. Montreal insisting on making this a series. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sonnenberg and Tuttle will be picking up the assists. To the face-off. Montreal wins this one. We're going to get going. They're going to take a great shot. Save made. Breakaway now going the other way for Vancouver. Takes too long. Comes an easy shot, followed by another easy shot to save for Montreal. And Montreal now gets the breakout pass up, splits the defense. Casper makes the save. We're going back the other way. Lots of breakaways here. Montreal takes the puck away. Montreal with possession. They're going to lose that again for Vancouver. And again. Montreal shot high from the slot. Lucky save by the defense. Vancouver's going to take it back. Coming, head down. Big hit landed by Montreal, but that's going to be a penalty. Alright, 13 clock minutes, so it's going to be the first line that takes the penalty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mitzi Heffy. But Montreal's going to win the face-off. And take a shot. They're going to keep possession. They're going to actually take a great shot here. Nothing but squandered power play. Now Vancouver finally gets the puck. They're coming down the ice. No goal. Montreal takes another penalty. It's going to be on the second line this time. 1-2, Ike Sonnenberg. Okay, Vancouver. No, I think Vancouver's going to take their time out here just to really try to lock in. That gives them, if they win, that gives them a 3-point advantage on this next face-off, which they will use, so they win the face-off. They're also back to, I think they're going to use here a stretch pass tactic. Yeah, I'm playing fast and loose with the timing here, but it makes sense that, late in the period, they get a power play. They're going to try to utilize it. Against Montreal. That's a shot cover because Montreal's goalie is actually pretty good. They had, in theory, the second best goalie in the league. Oh, and we're going to have a fight to round down here at the end of the first. Still not enough to quite beat it. Risto Bissett. Yeah, we'll say that. And Addis now. And then the next one for Vancouver will be their captain to step up. Why? Because I said so. So that will end the first. Montreal nursing a 1-goal lead. Here, Vancouver looking for answers, but they're going to try to stick back to their regular game plan, stay out of the box, and hope that their naturally high stats is going to carry the day. Breakaway from Montreal, though, to kick off the second period. Oh, Vancouver goes back the other way. No goal. With a flurry of shots. They trickle one in, but flurries are relatively easy to overturn, so a 4, 5, or 6. Nope. Montreal once again is going to fail its challenge. Let's see, that's going to be the second line. Greasy goal there from Vancouver. Jerry Meyer will get the honors of the tap-in. They're going to say no particular assist on there. But we'll get this going. Tie game. Vancouver with the puck. Take a shot. That being said, we should count up the number of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saves made by Montreal, so their goalie hasn't advanced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saves made by Vancouver. So those are where they are. 19, that's going to just be a shot. Archie Bludgeoner can't quite hold on to that. 15 here, that's another shot on goal for Vancouver. leaning in with all the pressure now. Another shot. Another shot, but this time Bludgeoner knocks it to the corner, gets picked up by Montreal, who takes it the other way. They botch the breakout pass, though. Vancouver picks it up. They're in all alone. Save made by Bludgeoner, just doing his best to keep Montreal alive. Here, Montreal having a hard time gaining, any sort of traction here, and they're going to give up the puck again before getting a shot. I'm going to get back. Vancouver starting to slow themselves down a little bit. Vancouver comes in, lands a big hit, gets a breakaway. Save made by Bludgeoner. Now going the other way. It's going to be a big hit and a takeaway by Montreal. Getting physical out there. Vancouver splits the defenseman. Saved by Archie. Follow-up shot. And now we got a penalty. Montreal struggling here. That'll be on the first line. Mitzi Heffy with her second of the evening. Vancouver takes possession. Vancouver takes a shot. Save. And this. Montreal steps up in a big way on the penalty kill. They're going to get a quick snap of shots. And all saved by Casper. Keeps the game tied going into the third. So now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 saves made by Vancouver. So that'll bump their goalie up a level. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 saves by Montreal, whose goalie's flying high. Close one going into the third. Montreal is going to have to find a way to get on the scoreboard if they want to, win this one. Well, they start out right with a face-off. And they get a goal. Didn't look like the shot would give Casper that much trouble, but here we are. Risto Bissett getting it done not just with his fists, but with his mitts. Montreal takes the lead. Vancouver. Oh, no, that will be a tied face-off. Vancouver has to win by 2. Yep, there they go. Now Vancouver with the puck. Taking a shot. Another fight. It is getting chippy out there. So this one is going to be, we said Dennis McCarron. Likely stepping up, trying to get his boys to his team. Trying to put some sort of spark in their step, but is not able to do it. Risto dispatches him quite easily. Now, unfortunately, Vancouver is shook after the fight loss. Their discipline's going to go down a little bit. It's going to get just a little bit harder for them. They do win the face-off. Didn't even get a shot, but Montreal takes the puck away. And play a little bit of dump and change. Give it back to Vancouver. Gives it back to Montreal. Montreal takes a high shot. Now here's one from the zone. Save made by Casper. Vancouver picks it up. They're up the ice. And that's a goal. Vancouver ties it up halfway through the third. I think exactly halfway, right? Yep, 10. That was Moderi Squall. Vancouver getting goals from every part of the lineup here. That will keep them alive. Neither team with a timeout now. Shot taken by Vancouver. Butcher plays it over to his defenseman. Go up the ice. Allowing it goes shot. Casper picks it up, drops it off for his defenseman. Try to break out of the zone, taken away by Montreal. Comes in, great shot, but a save made. Shot there. Now it's going the other way. Vancouver takes a shot, but Bludgeoner is locked in. Goes back and forth. Take it back away. Montreal has possession. Shot taken. 1 minute of play. Taken away by Vancouver, and we are going to overtime. So this is going to be continuous overtime. What I'm thinking, I haven't quite discussed this, but I know that in Top Line we put in like sort of a degradation feature where, in theory, over time the fighting, it would get more and more exhausting to play in overtime, and the results would become more and more erratic. What we might end up doing here is if we go in OT, a full OT without anyone giving up a goal, which seems unlikely, I'm probably going to just start pushing the goalies back down. That being said, Montreal has put up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 shots on goal. So I haven't quite given Vancouver another level. Vancouver's put up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 shots on goal. But Montreal's goalie is already maxed out. We're dropping the puck. Montreal with possession to start overtime. Golden goal. Two shots taken. Vancouver with the puck. They're going to lose it. Montreal, again, testing the waters. Vancouver's goalie now has moved up to the top level. So we have two very much a goalie battle going on here. However, Vancouver really needs to get possession of the puck. Okay, now they got it. Taken away again. Vancouver yet to have a shot in overtime. It's again taken away by Vancouver. Let's see if they can do something with it. Low angle shot. They are high in the zone. Save made by bludgeoner. Oh, don't roll that again. In this. Montreal comes flying in. That's going to be a penalty. Okay, where exactly are we in the 13 minutes? So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Kendall Chartra. Where are we? 13? Yeah. Period for 13 minutes. Vancouver with the puck on a power play in overtime. And they cough it up. Montreal gets possession, takes a shot, back to full strength. Vancouver coming the other way. And a penalty on Vancouver. That is very rare. All right, 16, so it's the second line. 1, 2, 3, so Richard Theodore. 4, 16. Now it's going to be Montreal's chance here. On the power play in overtime. Shot. A second shot, 5 or 6 would be a goal. Oh, nothing going for Montreal. Shot taken. Takeaway by Vancouver. We are going to a second overtime. Yeah, and I think this is very much just going to be very experimental, but both the goalies were going to drop them down now to 4. I almost feel like we should do more, but you know what? Yeah, we're gonna follow Sid Meier's advice and say whenever you're whenever you try something, double it. So we're going to be down to a, not there, going to be down to a 3 for the 2 goaltenders, which is going to be at this point where shots are only covered on a 19. That means that if we get into the third overtime, they start giving up flurries and great shots. So we'll just see how this impacts things. Maybe we won't even get there right away. Vancouver with a great shot. Taken away by Montreal. Oh, Montreal with the shot. It's already paying off. Now we're going to have a fight. Players are exhausted. Yeah, and I think this one, this is when your captain's gonna try and step up. But here we are in 5:04. We're in the 5th period. 4 minutes in. Montreal with a fight win. Vancouver's gonna win the face-off though. Takeaway from Montreal. Takeaway back by Vancouver. Takeaway again from Montreal. Take a shot. You can tell they're slowing down now. Breakaway for Vancouver. Oh, off the post. Follow-up shot taken by Montreal. Going back the other way. Here we are. It's a chance. Once again saved. No one really wanting to seem to hold on to it. High in the zone for Montreal. Nothing. 16. Another great shot. Another save. And that's a breakaway for Vancouver. Off the post. Shot. And shot. Okay. We're lowering the goalies again. So we enter the third overtime. Triple overtime. This is where it starts getting goofy. They're running out of people in the press boxes to interview, and people are really regretting not getting that third beer. Alright, Vancouver with the puck. Taken away by Montreal. No longer have an issue with that. But something cool happens when your goalies go all the way down to 1. This is why I wanted to kind of rush there. Is that 19s become goals. So. Breakaway from Montreal. Off the post. Takeaway for Vancouver. Breakaway again for Montreal. No goal. Vancouver brings it back up. This is my dice. Shot taken. Great opportunity here. Montreal just can't seem to buy one. Back to Vancouver. Oh, they're going to get a flurry of shots. And there it is! Vancouver scores in the third overtime. Bradley Babcock puts it past Archie Bludgeoner. Well past, almost to the 2-hour mark of the game. Assist by Jerry Meyer. And Vancouver wins the Universal Hockey Cup. Whew. Montreal put up a hell of a fight. Borderline extending the game to the series to 3 games, just all within the context of night number 2. Stop tracking shots there because I didn't want to get too far into it, but that's where we see it end. So, overtime hero Bradley Babcock. He's been doing all right for Montreal, but that's one of those special playoff things that 1 goal and 2 assists on the year. All of a sudden, goal number 2 is critical. So that's really cool to see. So I think we're going to close it off here. It's going to be a pretty early night. But I'm going to continue doing these because next week we're going to go through and we're going to start looking at how exactly the players are all going to upgrade or downgrade their qualities. Maybe we'll do the draft too. I'm not totally sure, but next week will be a bit more We're going to look through these. Maybe we'll do... So, like, I've set up the home country system to support a World Cup of Hockey. And that might be fun, but part of me wants to get back and just see this league go another round. So, alright, well, thank you for joining me tonight, and take care.